Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Film Buds podcast. This is episode number 264, and my name's Henry.
I'm Elle.
This week we have two new movies to talk about. The Nicolas Cage Dracula film Renfield, which is out in theaters, and also I think on digital in-home rental, and then Super Mario Brothers. So two pretty exciting ones, two pretty different ones, but, should be a fun time. And then we have other stuff we watched. I have quite a bit, as you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's going to be a good time. Thanks so much for joining us. And in case you missed the last episode, I am the original creator of Film Buds. I'm back. Paul has stepped away. And my wife, Elle, here.
Hi.
Is my co-host. So just as a little refresher there, in case you missed 263. So, yeah, well, how are you?
Doing all right. I mean, nothing really new. We live together, so you know how it be.
That's true.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm on my long weekend.
Yeah.
Off weekend. Yeah.
Or should I say,
wahoo! Wahoo! People probably turned off like right there, but that's okay.
Probably. Sorry, y'all.
But yeah, so getting a little time off, which is nice. I think we have some stuff planned for a change.
Yeah, we're always sitting on our butts on the weekend and being couch potatoes. But this weekend we are going to go to this place called Zinc Town, which is a plant place that I've been wanting to go to. You build your own succulent. And you put what you're trying to manifest in the bottom of it, and they have really cool planters. I think they have like a Frankenstein one, which would be really cool to have. And then we're going to go to the Albuquerque Bio Park Aquarium.
Yeah.
So that should be fun.
Yeah.
We were thinking about going to the zoo, but that just makes us sad. So
it's true.
So the aquarium is probably our best bet.
Yeah.
It's either that or Topgolf, right?
Yeah. I'd pick the aquarium, though.
Yeah, because there's going to be a lot of interesting people at Topgolf getting drunk.
Yeah.
Not our type of scene, but
yeah.
We could just, hit the balls and get our anger out because we have so much of that.
That's true. Well, yeah, I don't know a whole lot else to mention. If you haven't checked out FrankenFilms, which is our supplemental movie podcast on all things spooky, you can check that out. The first 2 episodes are out now. So please, that's with the 2 of us as well. So
yeah.
That'll be more of a couple episodes a month, whereas this will be, weekly whenever possible. So yeah, check that one out as well, and subscribe and rate and review the shows, please, and share it with your friends.
Please and thank you. Thank you kindly.
Yeah. So,
well, let's jump right into the scary, but kind of comedic world of Renfield.
Yeah, and we do have a clip, so take a listen.
Would you like to introduce yourself to the group?
I'm the Prince of Alasia. Some call me the Dark One. Others, the Lord of Death. However, to most, I am known simply as
Renfield's boss!
All right, so Renfield is directed by Chris McKay, who did the Lego Batman movie for anyone.
Shit, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Any, people interested?
Lego heads.
Yeah, Lego heads like me. So and stars Nicholas Hoult, Nicolas Cage, Awkwafina.
Amazing cast, honestly.
Yeah, Ben Schwartz. That'd be about it for big names. And the synopsis is Renfield, Dracula's henchman and inmate at the lunatic asylum for decades, longs for life away from the Count, his various demands, and all of the bloodshed that comes with them. Well, this one I think overall got fairly good reviews. I think it's kind of opened like maybe small in like a small amount of theaters, but it's, making its rounds. Yeah. And yeah, I only heard about it. I think we only heard about it maybe a few weeks before it came out because of trailers. And
I don't know what's going on with trailers because usually, I remember, trailers coming out like a year in advance, and now it's like a couple months or a month. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it kind of varies these days.
I think it's just because of the streaming services.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Miley.
It's our doggy.
Miley wants to say hi. Anyway, I thought this movie was going to be horrible. So I went into it with low expectations. So that's why I think I kind of liked it. But if you are down for like a vampire dark comedy movie with a surprising good message, you should check it out.
Yeah.
I thought Nicolas Cage was going to be horrible as Dracula.
How could you?
I know. I thought he was hilarious. He was perfect. You agree?
Yeah. Oh, should I go? Sorry about that. Yeah, so I'm a big Nicolas Cage fan. Always have been. And I think, this last decade or so where he got into some financial troubles, he even came out and said that he chose a lot of bad roles just to get himself out of debt and things like that. So, but he's had some pretty good performances kind of in and out in a few different indie movies over the last decade or so, which I've really enjoyed. And you can see how when he's committed, kind of like how Adam Sandler is, when he's committed, he's really, really good. Yeah. And in this, I like, Dracula stories. So I was interested. And overall, I liked it, I think, probably about as much as you did. I don't think it's amazing, but I think that Nicolas...
it's good for what it is.
Yeah. Nicholas Hoult is very good as well. And yeah, Nicolas Cage is awesome, as well as Awkwafina. So yeah, the cast is solid. I think it is pretty funny. I really like British humor. So I think the stuff with Renfield really worked for me. And the violence was it's shocking at times, but it was done well to where it was either like comedic or so over the top. It's just kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, it was like a slasher kind of level. So
yeah, so I really like that. And then as we kind of talked about all the stuff with getting rid of toxic relationships and, friends, family, whoever, I think that message worked pretty well.
Yeah, as someone who's kind of going through that at the moment, I liked the message.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I think, the movie could have, maybe survived without that. But I think that adding that in made it a little bit more...
Made it stronger.
Yeah, made it a little bit more memorable and seemed like there's more of a point to it. And so, yeah, overall, I liked it. It's not probably won't be my, top 10 of the year or anything like that. But for what it is, it's a pretty little solid indie movie. And I think Nicolas Cage really is a good time. And the makeup is very good as well.
Am I going to rewatch it? No. But
I might sometime.
I liked watching it. But I thought it was pretty hilarious that Renfield eats bugs instead of killing humans. Yeah. And he gets those little spurts of Dracula energy when he eats the bugs, which is disgusting, but it works.
Yeah. And I'll probably rewatch it at some point. It is kind of an easy watch, and I think Awkwafina is very funny as well. She's always pretty enjoyable. I think it had a decent soundtrack as well. And score, all that. It looked pretty good. Again, the makeup was very well done on Nicolas Cage. All that, the prosthetics and stuff was very good.
It's up for the teeth, you could tell.
I don't mind. I thought the teeth were all right.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, there are times where it maybe either drags a little bit or maybe is a little too dry or I guess going into the more familiar vampire stuff. But again, whenever it goes back to the whole toxic relationship stuff, I think it works very well. And there's good chemistry between everyone. And yeah, it was a nice little late night watch that we had. We did a little double feature.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, overall, I mean, what are you gonna, sorry, you can cut that.
What the?
Sorry. Overall, what are you gonna rate it? What did you rate it on Letterboxd?
I gave 3.5.
3.5-er?
Yeah. I mean, so I'd say heavy 3.5. Maybe could go up on rewatch if I do that.
I think I gave it a 4.
Yeah.
Just because I love vampires and I like the message.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything.
I'm saving my 5 stars, guys.
Yeah, she's not a 5-star.
I never rate movies 5 stars.
See that?
Rarely.
See that? Because I want to show that I love a movie. That's the thing.
But I'm just waiting for that movie that's just so mind-blowing.
But what if you never get them? And you've gone your whole life.
Then shit out of luck, basically. But I'm just waiting for that movie that I'm just like, oh shit. Like Silver Linings Playbook. That's a 5-er.
Okay.
For me, at least. We'll have to review that sometime.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's a good watch if you like vampires and dark comedy. And Nicolas Cage. Come on.
Yeah. He's what would you say your favorite performance of his is?
Ooh. What's that movie with Cher?
Moonstruck?
That's not my favorite, but when we watched that, I watched it for the first time like a couple months ago, and I was mind blown that Nicolas Cage and Cher are in the same movie. But my favorite performance, I'm blanking on titles today, guys. I'm sorry. Family Man, when he goes like back in time.
Yeah.
That's my favorite Nicolas Cage movie.
Okay. I mean, I'm a big National Treasure fan.
See, I'm not.
Really?
See, my brother watched like those movies all the time. So I just was like,
Yeah.
Like he likes it. So I'm not
that's fair.
So maybe I need to go and like rewatch those movies because I haven't watched them since I was a kid.
A kid. And I also do like The Weatherman, which is directed by the guy who did Pirates of the Caribbean.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, he did.
I also want to watch that movie with Pedro Pascal.
Oh, yeah, me too as well. Yeah. But yeah, The Weatherman, it's by the guy by Gore Verbinski, who did the Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy, The Ring, Lone Ranger, and Rango, Cure for Wellness. So yeah, that's kind of a little underrated movie I think he's really good in. But overall, again, I really, kind of similar to Johnny Depp, where he kind of will dip in and out of.
Don't compare Nicolas Cage to Johnny Depp.
Well, I mean, I think there's some similarities there. They're both pretty wacky and they have pretty eclectic filmographies, and so I think like sometimes Johnny Depp will kind of dip with performances, and then same thing with Nicolas Cage. But I think that will always want to watch whatever they do, even if I don't always love the movie. I'll still be interested to see what kind of shenanigans they pull.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. So
should we jump into the Super Mario's world? Wahoo!
Wahoo! Sure. Well, yeah. Let's do that. And we do have a clip as well. So take a listen.
Wait, Miley, do you have it? Come on. Here. Come here.
She's got it.
All right. Got it for Miley. Here you go.
Bowser is coming. Together, we'll stop that monster.
How? Look at us. We're adorable.
Oh, I got this. Huh? Oh, come on.
Here we go.
Hope you enjoyed that clip.
I loved that clip. All right. So the Super Mario Brothers movie get ready here. 3 directors, directed by Aaron Horvath, Michael Jelenic, and Pierre Ludich.
Does an animated movie really need 3 directors?
Well, maybe. Who knows?
Okay.
And it stars Chris Pratt, Charlie Day, Anya Taylor-Joy, Jack Black, Kevin Michael Richardson. Let's see, any other big names? Keegan-Michael Key, Fred Armisen, Seth Rogen, and maybe a couple others. Sorry if we're forgetting you. And the synopsis is the story of the Super Mario Brothers on their journey through the Mushroom Kingdom. So this...
Well, suddenly when we watched the movie, I was transported into the year 2010 when that's all I was playing, Super Mario.
Yeah. Well, now this one is done by Illumination, who did the Despicable Me series, which I'm a big fan of, and they did the Grinch movie and the Sing movies, and this is their follow-up, I guess, since Rise of Gru came out last year. This is their new project, and it's done incredibly well box office wise. It's made already over $1 billion.
Yeah, I really like the animation.
Yeah, so I was telling her, it's kind of, the irony, but I do love the lighting of Illumination movies.
Wait, they're called Illuminate. Whoa.
I know. So I do love the look of their movies. Even if I don't always love the movie, there's something about the lighting that I really enjoy. And so I think this movie looked very good. Overall, I liked it. I think you liked it a little bit more than I did. I used to play Super Smash Brothers and, Super Mario, all that stuff all the time when I was younger. And so I definitely have a nostalgic fondness for it. And I like really any kind of video game adaptation just because you never know what you're going to get. And,
well, see, if it was any other video game, I wouldn't be as excited about it. Because the only 2 games or 3 games that I played was Injustice, DC fighting game, and then Super Mario, and then Just Dance. So those are my only 3 video games that I played. And Guitar Hero, while growing up. So, I was excited about it, and. Also, all over TikTok, there's the Peaches song.
Yeah. So
I was kind of excited to see that scene.
Yeah. So overall, yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. There maybe were moments where it got a little dry or kind of dragged a little bit, but overall, I thought again it looked fantastic. Now, Chris Pratt, let's just dive into Chris Pratt here. So now, I think Chris Pratt in Parks and Recreation is incredible. He's so funny. And I think he's one of the best parts of that show. And then when he broke out, so to speak, I think Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, and then the first Lego movie, I think he's amazing. And I think his performances are great. He's funny. Feels very fresh. But since over the last, I'd say since then, he's become the most bland, vanilla, action, because think about Jurassic World, the Tomorrow War, even in some of the other the Marvel films. To me, his comedic kind of unique style has just flatlined, and I think that while I'm happy for him that he's making these big movies and has this huge career, I think that so many of his performances since then have become so bland, and I just find him to be I really miss the old Chris Pratt, because I think that presence wise he's fine, but in terms of actually having memorable moments in a performance, in Jurassic World or some of these other big blockbusters that he's been in, it's very disengaged. But and now people, when this came out, the trailer, people were very upset that he didn't sound like the classic Mario, which I get. But overall, I think
there was a reason for that in the movie.
Yeah.
And also he did it for a little bit.
Yeah.
So he could have done it throughout the movie. It's just they chose not to. And that's fine.
Yeah. And I think that his performance in this is just subtle enough with the accent and stuff to be fine. Because I think really, if you think about it, too much of the Mario,
that would give me a headache.
It would be kind of tiring. So I think he is good in this. Again, I have kind of lost interest in a lot of what he's doing, unfortunately, but I think he's good in this. I think everybody else is.
So what if Chris Pratt listens to this episode? What would you say to him?
You lost it, bud. You lost it.
You lost it?
Yeah.
Damn. Sorry, Chris.
Now, I'm not saying he can't bounce back. And I think, again, he's successful. clearly. I'm not ragging on that. It's just performance-wise, I think he's very bland.
Well, see, I haven't seen him in Parks and Rec. I haven't watched Parks and Rec. I've seen clips of it and I've seen memes, but I'm not too familiar with that. You know, I've seen him in a 5-year engagement, and he was pretty funny in that.
Right.
And he was pretty funny in the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. So I get what you're talking about. And I mean, I guess since he starred in the Jurassic World movies, I guess he's gone a little bland. But I mean, overall, I really like him as a actor.
I'd say I like him more as a supplemental or supporting actor.
Yeah, all right.
I'd say that.
Either
that or his. And a lot of it might just have to do with the roles he's picking. It's not really him necessarily, but
I guess.
Yeah. What did you think overall?
I loved it. I thought Jack Black was great. The Peaches song, Peaches, was great.
Yeah.
Browser wanting to marry Princess Peach was a little weird. And I don't know why Princess Daisy wasn't in there. Like, come on.
I don't know.
Because I always used to pick her for the go-kart game. Yeah. So I was a little disappointed that Princess Daisy wasn't in there. And also, God, what is his name? The green guy? The green character?
Luigi?
No. The other Yogi or something?
Oh, Yoshi. Yeah.
He wasn't in there.
Yeah. That's too bad.
That was a little disappointing. I don't know why you would make a Super Mario game without Yoshi.
Get a little spinoff. You know, that's what they're waiting for.
I guess, but that just didn't really make sense. So I feel like all the characters should have been in there somehow. Oh, and Mr. like Egghead or whatever.
Egghead.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not really good with the Super Mario character names, so you'll have to forgive me. But so I if you're gonna make a Super Mario game, like, have every character that you can select on the race game. Come on.
I know.
So that was a little disappointing. I did like the go-kart scene. I thought that was pretty clever.
Yeah.
I feel like they should have shown like every world.
They don't have so much time.
I know, but if you're gonna make maybe they'll have to make a second one. But
I'm sure they are.
But if you're gonna make a Super Mario one, like, come on.
I agree.
Come on.
I know. Hey. Illumination blew it.
And include like Mr. Egghead. I don't know his real name.
Let's just go. It's Egghead.
Yeah, and Yoshi, and Princess Daisy.
Okay, I agree.
So there better be a second movie showing all of the characters. Thank you very much, Illumination.
Whoa.
You will be getting my email.
Yeah. Yeah. So I agree about the rainbow. I guess it's the Rainbow Road.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was really good.
I liked how it was animated. I liked the the light and everything.
And I think it did incorporate enough little kind of winks at how you would play the games, like jumping on to different things and going over obstacles
and upgrading.
I think that was all done subtly enough, so to speak, to appease the video game people, but also not be a little too mysterious or vague for non-players. So yeah, that stuff worked. I thought Jack Black was awesome as Bowser.
Honestly, I had to kind of listen for his voice.
Yeah.
Because he did such a great job.
Yeah.
Did you see the premiere photos of Jack Black just spreading his legs, being like, yep, it's me.
Yeah. So I love Jack Black. I mean, I don't know if there are many people who don't love Jack Black.
He's awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to dislike him, but he's very good in this. And yeah, I think everybody feels pretty committed. Charlie Day and Anya Taylor-Joy, she's very good as Peach.
I'm not really familiar with her.
So she was in Split. She was the girl who gets kidnapped.
Oh.
She's been...
Well, I haven't seen that one. I've seen... Wait.
With James McAvoy, we know where he's the
Oh,
beast.
yeah.
And
Excuse me.
And so, she was in Queen's Gambit, Last Night in Soho, Northman. So she's kind of... Oh, and she's in The Witch as well. So she's kind of... Since, Split and The Witch, she's really blown up. And
But is this her first, animated movie?
I believe so. I could be wrong on that.
I thought she did a pretty good job.
Yeah. And then she's also... I'm excited about because she's going to be in the next Mad Max as the lead character. And so I'm excited to see her in that. So performances are solid. It was put together well. Let's see if there's any other. Seth Rogen was very fun as Donkey Kong, and I like how they kind of incorporate his laugh a little bit. Seth Rogen's iconic laugh.
Want to do his laugh?
I can't do it. I'm not gonna.
Too cringy.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Yeah, it was. I would happily see another. I still, I guess talking about Illumination, I still prefer the Despicable or most of the Despicable Me movies over this one. But overall, it's still a fun, solid animated movie. Hard to criticize it too much.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen a good animated movie since Rise of Gru. And we.
Yeah.
When did we go and see that?
Well, honey,
Honey, really?
we went and we went to see Minions: The Rise of Gru the night before we
got hitched.
We got hitched. We became wed, and so that was fun with some friends. I got a little Minions novelty cup. It was great. I felt.
Jesus. So that was our rehearsal dinner, everybody.
Yes.
We went to go see Rise of Gru with my best friends, Emily, shout out, Braxton, and Natalie.
Yeah. So that was a lot of fun. Very memorable.
But we laughed. All of us laughed through the entire thing. It was really funny.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I really like the Minions, so I know some people really hate them, but I love them.
But I just love that. I went to go see that. And then my windshield wiper flew off.
Yeah.
And scratched my windshield, and it's still scratched. So.
Cute. But
I was freaking out.
Yeah.
Because it was raining really, really hard, and I only had one fucking windshield wiper. I survived, though.
Yeah.
Military should just hire me, because I'm just,
Yeah. Well, I don't know if there's much else really. That's about it.
Do you want to jump into what we've been watching?
Or where's the fire here? We got to rate the movie first.
Oh shit! Sorry.
We're gonna rate
Excuse me. I'll rate it a 4.
All right, I'll go
4.
I'll go heavy 3.5. I definitely will rewatch it because it's one of those you can just kind of put on in the background and enjoy. Easy watch. So I think it could go up on a rewatch, but 3.5 for now. I'll stick to it.
Also, sorry for the fire, guys. I think my coffee is hitting.
Oh.
So
Well, there you go.
So, wahoo. I love that. My energy always spikes in the last 10 minutes of the episode.
That's how it be. That's how it be.
But you're just so mellow, and I feel like I need to be hyper or something to really.
We'll get there.
Next time I'll drink my coffee about 3 hours before, and then it'll hit me, and then I'll be,
And I didn't have an energy drink today. I only had regular soda.
That explains it.
Yeah.
You used to drink 3 a day.
No, I only have 1 a day now when I go to work. But I'm cutting back a little bit.
Because his eyes were turning yellow.
Okay, I don't think that was the reason, but who knows? We're out in the desert. There's a lot of dust.
But there's a lot of bad crap in those drinks.
That's true.
All right.
Anyhow.
Anyway.
A little peek into our, our conversations. But,
yeah, if you guys could only hear our conversations, So what have you been watching this past week?
Well,
my love bug.
Well, you might want to settle in here. I have a hefty amount that I'm just going to try and burn through. And if I bore you, just keep listening.
All right, let me just mark my gravestone because we'll be here for a while.
Yeah. All right. So, because sometimes I have time to watch stuff at work. All right. So, firstly, I watched Don't Breathe, which came out 2016.
So do they not breathe in that movie?
Surprisingly, they do. I was hoping that there'd be more people not breathing.
Whoa.
So it's this story. I've been meaning to watch it for a while, but it's this story of these like 20-something-year-olds who are burglarizing houses, and then they hear about this Army veteran who has this huge stash in his house, but he's blind because he was injured during Gulf War, I think. And they say, all right, let's rob this guy. And so they go in one night.
They don't breathe.
They try not to. They do their best to try not to breathe.
Okay. Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry. It's just a funny title anyway.
Yeah. And the guy ends up, the guy's on it. Even though he's blind, he is strong. And it basically turns into a cat and mouse game where he's trying to, find out where they are, how many there are. And, it's like a cat and mouse. So it was all right. I think it's pretty good. There's a sequel. I might watch it. I don't know, but it's a solid horror thriller. Then I rewatched The 40-Year-Old Virgin, which I love.
Classic.
It's such an easy watch, and I've seen it many times. Never really gets old. Watched Role Models with Paul Rudd for the first time.
Were they role models?
They don't roll them, but they try. Anyways, I liked it. It's maybe a little dated, maybe a little bland at this point, but overall, still a fun time. Then I watched Paul Blart Mall Cop for the first time, which is fun. It became a little bit more like...
Wait, this was your first time watching it?
In its entirety.
Oh.
Yes,
okay.
yeah. It became a little bit more like, I didn't realize there's this huge heist aspect to it. I thought it was just more of just like a regular comedy, but still, it was fun.
I watched that High one time.
Interesting.
It's pretty great.
Wow.
I have a weird backstory, guys.
Okay.
I'm not a stoner anymore. Oh God, what if your mom listens to this?
She's fine.
Hey, I don't do it anymore.
Then I rewatched, or not rewatched, I watched Scream 4. I've been on a horror kick recently, and I liked it. The only one I need to see now is the new one, 6. Then I watched...
all right, guys, buckle down.
Yeah, all right. I'm only about a third of the way through here, so just bear with me.
Just go through it.
All right, so I watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the Netflix one that came out last year. I actually thought it was all right. I heard a lot of hate about it, but I actually enjoyed it. Then I watched third Texas Chainsaw Massacre, was okay. I think that's the one. Is that the one? No. And so that one was all right. Then I watched The Return of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is the fourth one. It has Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger.
I see you rated it 2 stars.
Yes, it's pretty. Now Matthew McConaughey, his performance is insane in this. I cannot believe.
You say it's all right.
I would. It's pretty, I'm surprised more people don't talk about it. It's pretty crazy, but overall the movie is either just bland, not that well put together, kind of tonally all over the place. So I'd say it's by far the weakest of the ones I've seen. Then I watched the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003 remake with, what's her name?
Speed round, come on.
Jessica Biel. I thought it was all right. Then I've watched the entire Chucky's franchise, aside from...
Go through the titles here.
I'm doing my best here.
There's so many.
So now the only one I've left to watch is the remake from 2019. I heard it's terrible, but I will still watch it. Watched the first and second one. Both are actually pretty solid. 3 is good. It takes place at a military school, which is kind of fun for me. Bride of Chucky, so strange. There's a sex scene with the dolls, and then Seed of Chucky, where there's a kid, and then they are artificially inseminating a human woman. Very weird. And then Curse of Chucky, which is more like they get back to more tonally. Seed of Chucky and Bride of Chucky are both pretty comedic, and then Curse of Chucky and Cult of Chucky are more like what you would expect for the typical haunted house horror movie. Overall, one thing I will say about the series is like Halloween and like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, those first movies, or the first movie is like a 5-star classic. But then the franchise will kind of dip in and out. Like sometimes there'll be like 1-2-star movies, whereas this one is pretty consistent. Probably the most consistent of all the ones I've seen. Just because I think mostly it's always written, I think, by the same guy and directed generally by the same guy, which is pretty uncommon for this kind of series that's gone on this long. So I think that's the strength it has. It's a pretty weird series. It is fun. So, I do want to keep, watching I want to watch the remake and all that stuff, but I watched a lot this week. I've been on just like a horror kick. I have a couple more Texas Chainsaw to watch, and I have a few more Nightmare on Elm Street and a few more Friday the 13th to watch. So don't worry, I have plenty more to come.
Great.
That's it for me. I'm exhausted.
What did your mom say when you told her?
Oh yeah, so I told my mother, my sweet loving mother, that I was watching the Chucky series, and she hates horror movies, anything like this, just despises them beyond belief. And she said, "You need to stop that and start educating yourself.
Read a book."
And I said, "No, I will not. How could you even ask me to read a book?" So anyways, I decided I said, "Hey, I said no." And I went and watched 4 movies in a row. So there you go.
That'll show her.
Little rebel here. So yeah, I've been having a fun time. They are very disposable, but it's kind of fun, escapist movies. And the early ones especially are quite enjoyable. What about you?
Well, let's take a deep breath, because that was overwhelming. So let's do what I used to do in my pre-K classes. All right. Breathe in. Breathe out. I would usually do 2 more, but I'm not going to bore you guys with that. So I have been watching, not a lot, to be honest, not as much as this goofball over here. But I watched Chloe, starring Amanda
Seyfried. Yeah.
Julianne Moore and Liam Neeson. Wasn't great. Wasn't at all great. Mm-hmm. It's like a thriller lesbian movie that was clearly directed by a straight guy.
Sure.
So it's just kind of weird.
Yeah.
And then Liam Neeson is like randomly in it, which I find hilarious.
Yeah.
And then I've been watching a little bit of The Crown, but to me it's pretty boring. I kind of skipped ahead to get to the Diana seasons because I find that more interesting than the early life of the Queen, R.I.P. And then I've been watching Orange is the New Black, and that's a fun time. I've only seen season 1 before, so I'm rewatching season 1, and then I guess see how far I can get without getting bored, because there are 7 seasons, and like how far can you really, like how many storylines can you really have in prison?
It's true.
So, but it's a fun time. It's a kind of dark comedy TV show. So, and there's this asshole guard that is getting drugs into the prison. Mm-hmm. And I just left off with, I think her name's Trisha, dying from an overdose in prison. Mm-hmm. And he made it seem like she hung herself. Whoa, and the prison's just kind of covering that up. Or, I mean, they don't know. They're just like, oh, this is a cut and dry suicide. Like, no one gives a shit.
Whoa.
Yeah, but I would say my favorite character, just because I love the crazy of it, is Crazy Eyes.
Makes sense.
She's just insane. Love it. I would say the main character, Piper, is a little annoying to me.
It's a shame.
But what is that actress's name from that 70s show?
Oh yeah, I know who you mean.
Yeah, she's in it. Yeah. And that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been watching. Not as much as this guy over here.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll have part 2 for you next week. Depending on time. but we'll see. That's probably about it. I mean, I don't think of anything else watch-wise, really. Yeah.
Well, The Little Mermaid is going to be out in like 2 weeks.
Okay.
There were premiere photos of Jodie Benson, the original Little Mermaid, and what's her name? Halle.
Oh, Halle Bailey.
Halle Bailey. I want to say Halle Berry.
Yeah, me too.
Because it's so close. It's so close.
Yeah.
The names. So that was really cute.
Yeah.
And then there's been photos leaked of the Wicked movies, which I'm really excited about.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think last episode we mentioned all the movies we were excited about. And if there's any other news, we'll share that. But there's also some movie news that...
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was officially announced that Beetlejuice 2 is in production.
Sure.
Which I'm excited about.
Me as well.
Jenna...
Ortega.
What?
Ortega.
Thank you. You said that really weird.
I was trying to give it the accent.
Okay. That plays Wednesday in the Wednesday Addams show. It's been confirmed that she's going to be playing Lydia's daughter, Winona Ryder, which I'm really excited about. It's rumored that Johnny Depp is going to be in it, but I think that's just a rumor.
I think it's a rumor. I'm not buying it.
That would be really cool, because Johnny Depp and Winona Ryder reunion there. And then...
Willem Dafoe was just added to the cast as well.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah. And then Michael Keaton, of course, is going to be revising his role as Beetlejuice.
Yes. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that, for sure.
Yeah. And then, what else has been announced?
No.
Oh, a Freaky Friday, too.
Oh, well, yeah.
With Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan.
We got a big Freaky Friday friend. Freaky Friday fan. Say that 5 times fast.
Freaky Friday fan, Freaky Friday. I love that movie. I just...
It's a classic.
I rewatch it like every couple months.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
It's fun.
It's a fun time.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about that because Jamie Lee Curtis, chef's kiss. Sure. I love her. That's the news I've heard in the wind.
Yeah, not much else for me, really. But yeah, getting ready for summer movies, so I'm excited about that because there's a lot of good stuff coming out.
Yeah, so we're going to be reviewing all of those, so get ready, y'all.
Get ready. Yeah, well, I guess, unfortunately, that is about it.
That is it for today?
Yeah. Now, next week, I don't know. We have, a few options here.
I think we should review Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
We might want to save that for FrankenFilms, though. That's the thing. Maybe. Yeah. But
I feel like we should do an episode of films that we think are going to suck, but actually do suck.
Or don't suck.
Or don't.
Maybe Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey is a classic. We don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
I doubt it. But
I feel like it's going to be weird for me to watch because I have a Winnie the Pooh tattoo. And I just love Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
Since I was a kid.
Yeah.
So it's going to be weird.
Yeah. It's definitely going to be a strange one. Well, either way, we'll keep you updated. And so the filmbuzzpodcast@gmail.com is where you can reach us at. If you listen to the show in the early days, we did do a lot of listener questions on,
and we would love to get back to that.
Yeah. So, people, writing in, asking us questions for movie stuff, our opinions on stuff.
Or hey, you can DM us on Instagram.
Or Facebook or Twitter.
So
at FilmBuds. So yeah, we are on social media, and there's also the filmbuds.com, which we're in the process of getting a little bit more updated or back into swing because Paul had been taking that over for a while, and so now we have to take the reins of that. So yeah, please stay updated on all that. Follow us there, rate, review, and subscribe to the show. Share with all of your friends and family and
all of your film buds.
Yeah, your coworkers. Strangers, anyone.
Strangers?
Hey.
Just go up to people. Don't do that.
Well,
go up to people on the street.
Sure. Just not in Albuquerque.
Not in Albuquerque.
But hey,
with the
if you're in a nice, lovely, safe town, do that.
Like Hillsborough, North Carolina.
Yeah, where we're from.
Yeah.
But anyways, so yeah, please do all that. And, we hope you will stick with us because, again, we know that, if you've listened to the show or came onto the show when Paul was doing it, we hope you'll stick around. We miss Paul a lot and we hope to get him back on soon along with his wife, Lauren. But yeah, we hope you'll stick around for us because, or at least I was on the show, I did the first 180 episodes. So, I've spent some time, did my time, and it's nice to be back. So we hope you'll stick around.
Doing your time again.
Yeah, I'm back. Renew my contract. But, all right. Well, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. It's always nice to see you.
We literally sleep next to each other and we're literally together probably 90% of the time.
That's true.
But, nice to see you.
Yeah, but we'll go make some dinner.
Let's go make some pizza, y'all.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening to episode 264 of the Film Buds podcast. I'm Elle.
I'm Henry.
And we will see you next time.
Ta.